Welcome back to the 2025 Dodgeball Canada Club Championships in Calgary, Alberta. I'm Erica Spitzmacher.
And I'm Michael White.
And we're joined by a couple of phenomenal teams from across Canada, kind of covering both sides of Canada. We've got the Sirens from Nova Scotia, and then we have Rack Attack from the home team from Calgary, Alberta. Both these teams have played together a long time. Nova Scotia actually does selections for this team. They do have a couple of players that are not from Nova Scotia. We'll see Jocelyn Luck on the left wing from Ontario.
From our point of view?
Yes, left on from
Gotcha.
us, yeah. And an early hit on McKim. Rack Attack have played together for quite a few years. Missed out on nationals last year. It was a really big upset. Everybody was very surprised that they weren't there. So they're definitely here to show them that they're still incredibly talented and relevant. And there, Tiffany Trung makes a catch on Tiffany Wong.
Middle of the court, not really a bait catch, but it looked like it.
Yeah. Another catch.
Man. Sirens, wondering if they've been on a rest a little bit. They're looking a little cold.
Yeah.
Some of those throws just don't look like they have the pepper on them that they could have.
Gia Bader taking out Jocelyn Luck. Sirens left with two, Angie Miller and Amy McNeil. McNeil, a long time dodgeball player. She's been on Team Canada several times. Maybe twice, actually. I've said several. Twice is probably the right answer. Miller with a nice throw, but Bader able to block.
Oh, well. Got one off first on that right corner. I didn't even see it.
And we're looking at Rack Attack full power. Oh, I don't think I'd want Yvonne Scher just coming up on me like that. She waited a little while, waited for Vanessa Hun to come back with her, but...
It seems a little silly, but honestly, I think that's kind of the wise way to play that scenario.
Yeah.
Like if someone's staring at you like that, let them look like they're going to get up first before you throw that ball.
Yeah.
And she executed perfectly. Just kept a little wide off body, make sure it's, not something that she can react to. Clean kill. Or not kill, out.
Yes.
I hate using that word.
Yvonne Scher, also a Team Canada member. She was on the squad last year but didn't get activated. And this is a new player for Rack Attack right now with the ball on the left. That's Jenna Anderson. You may recognize her from Rainbow Thunder. She was from Winnipeg, has moved to Calgary in the last year.
Okay. And looks like she's a lefty.
Yes. I guess you're correct.
Always got my eyes out for the lefties. It's interesting to see how they adapt and play.
Oh, and Bader making a bit of a lofty throw there. Jocelyn Luck making the catch. And now it's in favor, with the amount of players is in favor of Sirens. Full power.
But yeah, it looks like they came out to a much better start after that first one kind of got shook off. I think they were just getting warm.
Ooh, we got like some fan signs. You're in Trina's arena, so Trina Tran on the right wing. Great throw that she has. We got Amanda Sugden on the left wing, number 88.
I love it. We need more of that. We need more banners on the sidelines, guys.
Yeah.
Get on that.
Hey, it's your home team. You got to make the banners, right? Get all your fans out.
That's actually something I haven't really talked to anyone about. Is there a lot of, home court mentality in Alberta, in Calgary especially?
I don't know. I wouldn't say so necessarily.
I feel like it's almost a foreign concept to dodgeball because it's such a diverse community and it's like it draws teams from so many different areas. But at the same time, I think we're starting to see that sort of thing grow, that almost like hometown representation. Teams are kind of solidifying more to their region, more to their locality, rather than, forming teams from 7 different players from 7 different provinces, those kind of things.
It was actually kind of great. In this same venue, the World Dodgeball Federation hosted the World Youth Open.
Oh yeah.
Just a couple months ago. And so we had a local team represent there who had actually never played dodgeball before. They was like, okay, we're going to come because it was an open.
Yeah.
Loved it. They all had so much fun. They learned so much. Did Hong Kong come and beat them fairly badly? They did, but they learned so much and they had so much fun. So we're really
practiced.
looking. Yeah.
I heard they were practicing against the Canadian women's team, weren't they?
Yeah, they did come out. Against Rack Attack, actually.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hong Kong is incredible, though. Their youth program is unreal.
Well, and they had like 3 stages too. They had like 18 and up, or 18
Yeah,
and under,
was 3,
or like
yep.
16 to 18 kind of
there
as a
was
category.
three different age groups. There was under 12, under 15, and under 18.
I love that.
Yeah, it was awesome. There was six countries that were represented here.
It takes me back to my beginnings of dodgeball, but that's a long tangent.
Yeah. How old were you when you started playing dodgeball?
Oh, I mean, I was a kid the first time I started
like
playing
just in
dodgeball,
school
but
and stuff,
when
right?
I really
Yeah.
got into it, it was a tournament experience.
Yeah.
And like to be a kid going into a tournament dodgeball environment, like you said, like you're gonna learn a lot. Like that's got to be fun for somebody 12 years old to go into that kind of a competitive space. That's so different than anything else they normally experience, right?
Oh wow! And Jocelyn Luck takes out Hun.
Wow.
So we'll match it up here, 1-1.
Yeah, Sirens came out a little cold, figured it out, kind of just worked their way right through rack attack, which is not an easy thing to do, as I understand it.
No. And that was kind of the thing. I haven't seen Sirens play in quite a while, probably since like 2018.
Oh,
but
wow.
yeah, I'm like, this is not Sirens. This is not what they normally look like. So it looks like you said, they've warmed up. They're ready for it. This will be a great game. I anticipate it to be very close. Interesting having Gia Bader on the wing. I don't see that too often. Amanda Sugden has actually put in a lot of work this year and is deadly on the wing.
More so offensively or
Offensively.
both offense and defense?
Both. Oh, she'll catch everything.
Oh, gotcha.
Her
Okay.
cross courts are unbelievable. Hopefully we'll see some of that in this game.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd be curious. I've been impressed by what Bader's been doing defensively on the left corner.
Yeah.
I don't think she's been utilized a whole lot for offense, so that's not a knock. It's just
No,
what
yeah,
she's
exactly.
doing defensively is having an impact.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, and see, I built her up so much, and then she missed that catch. Come on, Sugden. Come on.
First out, first in. That's what I always say.
Oh, and Tran gets knocked out. Gia Bader actually just had a baby a few months ago, and here she is already playing. She didn't play at provincials, but she was on the roster, so she can come here.
I'm hearing that more and more often these days. I think that's just incredible.
Yeah, she is incredible, obviously.
I mean, all the women in this tournament are incredible. That's why we're here, right?
100%.
Like, this is everyone that's really good at dodgeball is here right now, at least in Canada.
Oh, wow, what a nice shot by Luck. Just a nice toe tapper. So we've got Hun, Trung, and Shear. And then we've got Miller on Sirens. Oh, Trung was like, maybe I'll grab that one, but good leave. We've got Luck, Wong, Miller, and number 10 on the Siren side. That's McKay. Wong hit out. That's also another Team Canada representative from the women's foam team that took home the gold in Austria in 2024. She is terrifying, I find. Like, just watching her facial expressions. Yeah. That's kind of my favorite thing about dodgeball. I was kind of telling everybody on my team, I'm like, dodgeball is just half acting. You just really have to sell it all the time on your face. And
it really is.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I'm starting to do shout outs to my local community because these conversations keep inspiring references to people like this. The next shout out, I guess, is Matt Steele from Portland, Oregon. I like to call him a villain because he's always got this like evil smile on his face.
Oh no! Yeah.
So he's just like giggling and grinning at you while he just catches you left and right.
Yeah.
And he's got a sharp counter too. So he's just like he likes just like kind
baiting
of
you,
breaks people's ego.
Yeah. That's
and
amazing.
he's smiling the whole time.
Yeah. Sugden with the throw, but Miller able to kind of do a crisscross applesauce on the floor. Get around it. They're really focusing on Sugden. It seems like they're really kind of moving on to that the right wing.
Mm-hmm.
I would also do the same. I don't like when she throws at me. Nice throw there. A really nice block.
Yeah, using that lateral movement, but still having to use a blocking ball because they were able to track her.
Lots of balls here for Sirens. Trung making, and another catch by Trung. I think that's the third catch this game.
Yeah, start taking notes over here.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
Very nice.
That's the second bait catch I've seen from her. On the first comment, I said it was like a bait catch, but not really, because I mean,
yeah.
Who actually does that? Apparently, she actually does that. So.
That last group throw by Rack Attack, a couple sailed a little high there. So unfortunate they couldn't capitalize on the 4 balls. But I think McKay is out, so thinking about it. And 1 more point for Rack Attack. They're going to take a timeout and talk about it. They do have a coach, but he plays on future. So he's probably playing right now. Unfortunately, they're in the same pool, so they won't always have their coach with them.
You know who that coach is? I'm learning names now.
It's Nigel Wong.
Nigel Wong, okay.
Yeah.
I have heard the name.
Yeah. And Sirens also have a coach of Stefano Sokolic. But he's on the Tritons team who just played.
I gotta watch that match.
Yeah.
He was one of our nominees actually with MVP as well.
I would have, yeah. I watched some of that game as well. He's amazing at staying alive.
Yeah, he's really good about using his court position. I'd say he's the type that likes to bait. He likes to put his body out there, but he finds a lot of success in doing that. Yeah. And then in combination with that, his throwing ability, just throwing these like drop curves, not like a fast breaking ball like most baseball pitchers would do, but more of an open hand curve that just slow and steady and drops on top of somebody when they're not expecting it. Seeing him finesse that placement was really impressive.
So this seems like kind of an interesting time for Rack Attack to take a timeout. What do you think they were kind of talking about?
I appreciate it, actually, especially in round robin. I think making early adjustments because you can, not necessarily because you have to, is actually a really keen strategy. I think it draws more value out of the timeout if you can afford it. Because like you said, if you're really trying to win and you're trying to place for seeding, you may need to save that timeout for when you need it, right?
Yeah.
But if you can, take a timeout when the game hasn't really gotten away from you and you can still kind of shift things around, try something different, I think that's actually, it can provide more value throughout the course of a tournament.
And talking about changes, for the Sirens, Hannah Finley has come on.
Let's see if I can pick out a face. Second from the left?
Second from the, all right.
There yeah.
Betty Mack getting the ball at the line.
Yeah, finally seeing Betty Mack on the corner.
She's on the left corner. I don't see her play corner. Normally she is a center, so I wonder if that was some of the adjustments that they were talking about making.
Well, yeah, that's why I was curious. I've seen her play with Valkyrie at the Thing last month, and she was playing more central. She would slide to the corner as needed, but right now with 4 on the court, she doesn't necessarily need to be playing the corner. She certainly can. I mean, she's kind of built for it the way she plays.
And that, like on Team Canada, she was more of a middle player on that team as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, adaptability is a credit.
Anywhere. Yeah. Takes out Wong. Lovely dodge. Sirens to 4, so 4v4. Really taking advantage of all the pump fakes.
Yeah, that was interesting. I wonder if that was actually the intended play call.
No, they do. They definitely like to hold on to the balls until they kind of count 2, 1.
Okay, well, I was curious because of the way Sugden was posturing. She was kind of behind her front line, just kind of waiting for the right opportunity to throw. So maybe she had the green light. She actually said, or they asked her to throw if she wanted to, whereas Betty was kind of the release throw. Like, if we need to throw, Betty's got it. Yeah. If you see a good opportunity, take it, Sugden. Am I saying that right? Sugden?
Yeah, Sugden. Yeah.
Good response from Sirens, weathering that storm of offense from the Rack Attack side, and able to respond and take out Sugden.
Oh my gosh, what a lovely dodge into the catch.
Yeah, that was impressive. What's one of Betty's strengths, in my opinion, is her ability to place that ball so low, so consistently. And it's not a slow throw. She's not just placing it. She throws with her wrist, and she just whips that thing at you.
Oh, nice throw by McNeil. Takes out Anderson. Wow. And we're tied up again. I think it'll continue to stay this way. Both teams have incredible skill.
Well, yeah, and we're seeing some real balance on both teams. Yeah. It seems to be a trend in all the women's matches that I've seen today.
Yes.
There's a very consistent kind of build to most of these teams. It's pretty hard to kind of pick apart a team one player at a time based on who's going to have more of an effect. You kind of have to work through them one at a time, no matter what's presented to you, right? It'd be nice to get Sugden out, but you're still gonna have to deal with Betty. And Trong's been catching everybody, so what are you gonna do with that?
Yeah, There's enough hard things to do on this court.
Yeah. In a way, it's almost like I think that should be the expectation of a high level. Is that you need to forget about who the player is and who you're targeting, and more so focus on how do you guarantee or create a high or inefficient out, right? It's not about taking 3 shots to hit that one player. It's about taking 1 shot to hit any player.
Yeah.
That's how you ultimately dismantle a team, is with 6 throws. You hit 6 players or you make a catch, but ideally you're not hanging yourself out there and, you know, over-expending throws trying to get somebody out just because they're the threat. They're the most intimidating player.
That's something I've really had to adjust to, I find, in this game. I just want to get the hardest throwers out first, but it doesn't always make the most sense, like you say. So Wong throws from the left wing. Anderson throws it back again. We are into no blocking now.
Oh, we are? Wow. Time's flying in this match, too.
Yeah. It's a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
I really enjoy Ariana Card's throw in the middle there, number 9. She's also the president of Dodgeball Nova Scotia.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, and Finley gets knocked out. Sirens down to 3. Oh, and Wong kind of making a quick throw, and now now Rack Attack's got a lot of balls, so we'll see what happens.
Pointing at each other. That was your fault.
I thought she caught that too, but they will get McKay and Wong out.
That sounded like a catch.
Took the ball from her. So Ariana Card left. Oh, and look at the way that she throws, like the way that she's holding onto the ball. That's different. I don't know. I haven't seen that a lot.
I didn't watch.
Like, it's almost kind of like bear clawy, if you will. Yeah.
Like I know
watch
what you
her
mean.
next throw. Yeah. Oh, but she won't get one. Unfortunately, not in this game at least. Rack Attack takes that point.
Still a close match so far.
Yeah.
And not really a fast-paced set. I have seen some of the women's teams kind of be a little more aggressive, be more responsive and counter-aggressive off the back line. This seems more like a poised and patient. Like, we want to get coordinated and pick our target and place our shot, and they'll just kind of live with that exchange.
Yeah.
Both teams kind of finding ways to get ahead, you know, in that I guess, throw-for-throw matchup. Although we did see some big catches early on. I wonder if that'll continue to carry throughout the rest of this. Yeah, why don't we? Let's see. We need a shout out to our Rushdown podcast, a dodgeball podcast that's run by Kim Wynn out of the U.S. One of the players from Outsiders. If you're familiar with some of the top teams in the U.S., Outsiders is one of them. He's been doing a great job of getting different players onto the podcast for a long-form podcast conversation, interviewing players from old community members throughout the U.S. to players from Worlds in Austria last year to more recently even young players coming up in the U.S. like Logan Grieg, another Outsiders player.
Oh, yeah.
Only 18, much like the young Nick DeChenko playing with the Mavericks. I think they actually talked about in their most recent episode about those two teaming up on a team here eventually. Stuff we love to see is that combination of young talent coming out and testing some of the old wise ones out here.
That is like, I'm the president of Dodgeball Alberta, and that's kind of like our biggest focus right now is like, let's get the kids in. We need them to come in, and we've seen a little bit of, with the World Youth Open, we've seen a little bit of build there. No leagues in Calgary yet, but that's something we're hoping to build on in the next little while. Oh, Jocelyn Luck just bobbles that ball about 4 times, but is able to bring it in and bring back McKay. And the Sirens will talk about it and get that throw down. Mac unable to bring that one in.
Wow.
Yeah, they've got her number.
Yeah, Sirens is really like kind of just taking Mac off the court one way or another throughout this match. Not necessarily like just outright, just cleaning her off the court. She's putting herself in good positions trying to make catches, and it's just not working out for her so far.
Yeah, and her dodging is so strong that might be time for an adjustment there too.
Yeah, that may be the transition. If the catch isn't there for you, it's usually best to kind of recognize that and lean into your other strengths. Yeah. And Betty certainly has other strengths that she can lean into.
She's got all the strengths.
I'd be curious if they were to put her more on the corner, if she'd be able to kind of let her arm go a little bit and just start working with that, play more offensively than defensively.
The one thing that's nice about Rack Attack, though, is like even if Betty Mac's not having her best game, they have such a great team behind them that they can make adjustments and everybody can contribute in different ways. I feel that's the same thing for this Sirens team, too.
Mm-hmm. And even credit to that, if Sirens is focusing on Betty, that means that she's alleviating pressure from other players on her team.
Oh, wow.
That can be a significant effect throughout the
match. Double hit by Anderson, taking out Luck and Card.
Oh, wow.
She's got a really nice dip to her throw, and it's also kind of a different release, too, so that it's sometimes tricky to kind of follow. Oh, but she does get the hit. Wong takes her out.
making a good start.
Oh, and we've got to write things down, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We need to
Did you
start
write down
considering
Trung? You wrote down Trung?
I did. That was an early choice. I think that was pretty clear.
I would like to put Card on that for Sirens. I would put Card on.
Card?
Yeah.
Right in the middle, yes. Yeah, with that big catch on the slide.
Jocelyn Luck as well from Sirens. On the rack attack team, we had put Trung. I think Vanessa Hun probably too. Number 3 in the middle with Trung.
Oh yeah.
I think those would be my choices, but I'm open to suggestions, obviously.
Well, yeah, it's interesting. Like, it's been so balanced. The rack attack side is kind of they're switching positions so much. It's hard to pick out, the corner that stands out, the person that's having an effect.
Everybody's contributing.
They're interchanging and doing the same thing from different players in the court.
They are really picking on that.
You might have to help me. How do you spell number 3's name? Hung?
It's Huynh.
I should know that. I have a friend from high school that spells his name that way.
Am I saying it right then?
Well, my friend Philip Wynn says Wynn.
Oh, Wynn. Oh, that's probably more correct.
And then we need to nominate one more from the rack attack side.
Trung, right?
Sorry. No, we got Trung and Wynn from the. On the Siren side. We got Card and.
I already said it. What did I say? Oh, Luck.
Luck.
L-U-K.
Cool. We got our VC MVP votes or nominations coming in for you. Should be up for voting shortly. Another close game here. It's really just gone back and forth between these two teams.
Yeah. Catches just make a little bit of difference. Lots of throws there. Nobody capitalizes, though. We also see the play of Janice Ewan. Tran taken out. Sugden starting to do a little bit more dodging. She was struggling to do the catching a little bit early in this game, so I think she's starting to, like you were saying, we got to make the adjustments, got to start working on something else. There's a nice shot there.
Yeah, that was a great throw.
Yeah, you don't want to be anywhere near that. So Wynn out, Trung out. So we're left with Sugden. Oh, and there's another one. And that's it.
Well, it's funny, like we're talking about that position switching. Sometimes that can kind of open doors for you. If you see it from a different angle, that can change everything.
Yeah.
Just kind of giving yourself that perspective to kind of find your groove.
Yeah.
That's what that looked like to me.
I love those opportunities just to be like, okay, I just need to do something. I'm going to go be a little bit more aggressive just to kind of get a hit and move momentum my way a little bit. And in that case, Sugden got a couple of really great hits there. Little high for that one.
Pretty high toss there off the feed, but able to reel it in the back was Card.
Sirens with 4. Go vote for your player of the match. It's now up. Lots of good options on there. I don't know who I'd vote for.
Well, yeah, you got a moment. We still got about 5 minutes left in this match.
Let's see what happens.
Sirens is in a position to make some plays here.
Good, nice, easy patience by rack attack.
Good
nice
attempt.
hit. Vanessa Wynn actually moved to Winnipeg. She was living in Calgary and was playing on that team for rack attack for quite a while. They just changed the rules with club championships, so now you can have out-of-province players playing on other teams. So luckily she was able to participate in the Alberta provincials, and now she's trying getting hit out. Now she still gets to play on rack attack. I imagine she might not live in Winnipeg forever, so it's nice that she gets to keep on this team and stay there. And that's happened to not as many players as I thought. I thought with that open boundary, there'd be a lot more people like trying to play in different provinces, and not too many. I would say like less than a dozen for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, but opportunity for some people to get to play. It's a good opportunity for people to play with people from out of province, get a chance to, like Jocelyn Luck on this team, getting to play with all these amazing Nova Scotians. So I'm not really sure what was happening there, but we've got Nova Scotia at full power against rack attack. Again, rack attack being very, very reserved, patient.
There's
Betty Max.
Betty, finally.
Little Mac attack.
Little Mac attack.
Yeah.
I love that. I like that she was poised, though. Like, she's figuring out how to get into her game very intentionally. She's not just throwing the ball and hoping something gets better.
Yeah.
She's kind of waiting for the right moment, letting her team kind of draw some attention and take that shot.
Yeah, Yvonne had some pretty convincing-looking pump fakes during that round, too. Good setup.
And ultimately, that's what you want to lean into, right? You want your team to kind of set you up.
Yeah.
If you're carrying the team, it's because you're putting in the work.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to. Your team should be putting in the work to make you successful.
And these two on rack attack, like the coolest cucumbers ever, hey? Like they're just so poised. But Nova Scotia's not, they're not deterred. They know they've got lots of arsenal as well. And also the player advantage.
Well, yeah, especially as we're getting later into the day now, I think the pace is going to naturally slow down. But in particular, in situations like this, in a 5-on-2, there's really no reason to rush, right? I think early in the day, everyone's kind of high energy. They're ready to play dodgeball. They're ready to throw, make catches, make big moments happen. But at this stage of the day, it's more so about, okay, you're thinking, what's the right thing to do here? And making sure that
lots of things happening there. We have Angie Miller out for the Sirens and Betty Mack on the rack attack side.
Oh, yeah, looks like an exchange trade there. Betty threw the cross, I believe, and then got thrown back at for doing so. Yvonne was another player that played with Valkyrie at the Thing about a month ago. I definitely saw her close out at least one big match.
The red ball count over the fence. Yeah, Yvonne good at staying alive, so this could be a pretty long end of this game as well.
It's a good decision there from Carr to slide over there and collect that ball while she could. I was a little curious as to why she wasn't doing it before they decided to throw, but they prioritized the coordination, which is fair, and still had time to get over and collect that ball.
Interesting choice by Yvonne to throw all her balls, but they weren't coming back on her. It ended up working out just fine, but interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of like almost trying to catch your opponent off guard. Like, they expect me to throw one. Maybe they expect me to throw two. Are they really going to expect me to throw three? Like, that's only one way to find out, right? And that's to huck all three of them, so. You'd be surprised what you can get away with when you do that, especially if you got an arm.
Yeah, taking it would have been nice to take advantage of McNeil with no ball, but obviously moves very well. Cher just a great blocker, so with all these balls.
Yeah, it's interesting. All three players really playing within their comfort zone.
Yeah.
The teamwork on the Sirens side is showing through.
And a big catch by McNeil. That's definitely her bread and butter.
Patience. I like it.
And we're tied up again.
Here we are.
We knew it. We knew it was going to be a tight one.
And it looks like we're going straight into no block. Time expired, or is under 30 seconds, so we go straight into the no block rather than trying to set up a rush. There's not much point in doing so.
We know what's ending there.
That'll be a little different tomorrow, I believe. I think we'll actually be pausing timers at any point under a minute during the playoffs in order to allow teams to set up the balls and play through that full minute, basically, without going into the no block, and then going into the no block or sudden death from there, unless they somehow manage to end that within the minute.
McNeil taking a seat after that really long round. But Cher's still out there. Taking a little break, letting the team get in the throw. I anticipate Sugden to start making. Oh, but they called her out. I was going to say,
really?
and she's a very honest player. So
looks like it might have been a line out.
I think he's saying that she got hit.
Oh, Nick.
I don't think she's super pleased about that. Big catch by Tran, so Sugden comes back in. I guess that's dodgeball karma, perhaps.
Ball don't lie.
She's still talking to him out there. Wow, nice hits. Sirens going to be coming back here. They've got, oh no, sorry. Rack attack with full power. And Cher makes another catch. I don't know if I've ever seen her make this many catches in one game, or in one match. It's
that's all I know about her now. So
yeah.
That's what she's going to be living in my head.
Unstoppable. Please make your votes now. My goodness.
I'm glad I don't have to play against this girl.
Yeah. She's unreal. Oh, it takes out Luck. Lots of balls thrown here by Rack Attack, but somehow they still have lots. And the Sirens must have let off a bunch. And Sugden finishes out the round. Or the game.
Yep.
It's not a round. Is it a round? Can you call it
I guess you could call it a round. It's kind of a match set game thing.
I know, but I said round, so does that count? That's my question. But that'll be the end. That'll be the end. So Rack Attack just narrowly getting ahead of Sirens. What a really great game by both amazing teams.
Yeah, just back and forth, and the most patient set I think I've seen today.
Yeah.
That was really just kind of calculated from one team to the next, back and forth, and eventually going into what should be great experience for playoffs.